Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to add an opportunity into Command. So once again, we're going to go to agent.kw.com, which will bring you to Command's homepage. And once you're here, you're going to come over to the left-hand side and click on Opportunities, which is the handshake icon. This will bring up all the pipelines, listings, buyers, and leases. But since you're adding a new one, you're just going to come up here and create an opportunity. Now, if you've gotten to the point where you're creating an opportunity, you should have already added the client or the prospect into contacts. So they should already be in contacts once you're making an opportunity. Assuming that's the case, all of these pre-populated fields are going to remain as they are, with the exception of the opportunity type. You'll need to identify whether this opportunity is a listing, a buyer, whether you're representing the landlord in a lease transaction, or whether you're representing the tenant in a lease transaction. So if you're a buyer agent, most of the time you're going to be adding a buyer opportunity. Then you'll come over here and you'll start typing in the name of the client who will be associated with this opportunity. So and if there's going to be a co-buyer, they should also be in contacts. And you can start typing their name in as well. It could be a spouse or, an investor partner. There's a partnership and they're buying an investment property. Whatever the case is, if there's a co-buyer, make sure they're both here so that they get added into the opportunity. Then you'll come down to the other required fields, which have a asterisk next to them. The commission rate is, assuming you're not going under agreement on a specific property, this is just an estimate of the commission you'll make. So 2% is a fairly safe bet. You can always change it. If you go under agreement on a property that's offering 2.5%, you can go back and make that change once you know what the commission rate actually is. But for now, 2% is fine. For their budget, you could put in their pre-approval amount if you don't have a specific offer yet or property identified. And then you need to choose their phase. So if they're a new prospect who you feel like, we need to stay in touch with and cultivate, they're going to go into the cultivate. If they are somebody who you need to schedule a buyer consult with or a listing consult with, they would go under appointment. And if they're ready to look at properties, they would go under active. Depending on which of these you choose, that will determine which stages you have available to you. So if you're cultivate phase, they could be a watch, a nurture, or a hot under cultivate. If they're appointment, you're either scheduling the appointment, you've already scheduled it, or you've kept it and you've already had the appointment. If they're active, they're either on MLS, you're actively showing them properties, or they've made an offer. Wherever you put them in phases and stages is where it's going to drop them into the pipeline. So once you fill out all the required information, you're going to add your assignees. Your name will automatically show up since you're the one creating the opportunity, but you want to make sure you add anybody else who might need access to this. Nick will automatically have access, so you don't need to add him, but you should add Annie. And if you're a buyer agent, you should add me. Since this is my command login, I'm not here because I'm showing up as the agent, but for yours, you would select Annie and me if you're a buyer agent. And if you're a listing agent, you just choose Annie and Nick would have access to it automatically. Once you've chosen your assignees, you hit create and you've created an opportunity. Here's all the information you put in. We go back to our pipeline. And if you remember, we put that opportunity as active. So we'll click on the active stage and we put them under showing, each showing, and there they are. And that's how you create an opportunity.